Former Mayor of Portland Walter Brady has died. Former Mayor of Port Maria, Walter Brady, died on Thursday at age 88. In announcing his death on Friday, Robert Montague, chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party, of which Brady was a member, said, "We ask for your prayers and consideration during this difficult time for members of his family." Walter was the council for the Hampstead Division and was chairman of the St. Mary Parish Council from 1981 to 1982. He was also a candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party in Central St. Mary in the 1980 elections. He worked as teacher, salesman, and life underwriter, then started his own farm. Robert, who is a member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, said Walter was once one of St. Mary's leading banana and winter vegetable farmers. He was a graduate of Jamaica School of Agriculture. Walter is survived by his wife of 63 years, Norma, and their 3 children, Michelle, Michael, and Dwight. Judge vacates warrant issued for Lisa Hype's arrest. A bench warrant issued for dancehall star Lisa Hype, born Felicia Gooden, was vacated by the court on Thursday when the Soul Choir singer disorderly conduct case was called up in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. The case was first mentioned on February 25th, but the entertainer was absent, resulting in a warrant being issued for her arrest. Defense attorney Gabby Dunn provided documentation as to the reason Gooden did not appear on the previous court date to answer to the charges. The court was satisfied and the warrant was vacated, Gabby Dunn told reporters. Gabby Dunn said the defense is confident in the justice system and that her client will prevail. "We are awaiting disclosure by the court on April 25, 2025. My client is in good spirit and she is anxious to have her day in court," Gabby Dunn stated. In Jamaica, disorderly conduct is a legal term used to describe disruptive or offensive behavior that disrupt the peace of public order. It can involve various actions like noisy behavior in public, loitering, or disturbing others. Lisa Hype, who has struggled with mental health issues, had apparently experienced several manic episodes before an incident at the Norman Manor International Airport that led to her arrest. According to preliminary reports, the entertainer allegedly assaulted an employee inside the airport during an argument. She reportedly used abusive language, cursed the police and the airport staff while appearing live on her TikTok account. Lisa Hype, formerly known as the First Lady of Gaza, has been a major figure in Vybz Kartel's Portmore empire. She is known for songs such as Amazing Money, Don't Sleep, Sculpture, and Enough Frightened. Her most recent songs included Soul Cry, where she addressed her mental health issue, and her brass collaboration, Attitude, featuring Sean Storm. On Friday, she will be launching a weekly event called 21 Bad Girl Fridays, which will be held at 21-23 Holborn Avenue, New Kingston. JUTC cuts a breach of its license, stated Phillips. Opposition spokesman on transport Michael Phillips says the decision by the Jamaican Urban Transit Company JUTC to abandon 23 routes represent a major breach of the company's exclusive license under the Public Passenger Transport Kingston Metropolitan Transport Regional Act. In a statement Friday morning, Phillips said the 23 routes accounted for more than 25% of those in the KMTR, and their removal amounts to an obligation of the company's responsibility to adequately provide service. It is now clear that the government of Jamaica and the Minister of Transport in particular has decided to take a reckless ball to the JUTC, smashing all hope of reliable and efficient public transportation service in the capital city, he noted. He is questioning whether the minister, the JUTC, and the Transport Authority were abandoning the routes due to a lack of efficient regular control, or whether it was an admission that the country lacked the seating capacity to provide efficient service. Phillips also noted that at the same time the routes are being cut, the JUTC has expanded service in 6 rural routes already licensed to private operators. He said the Transport Minister has a duty to clarify whether these are part of a new policy direction or simply piecemeal actions with the potential to devastate the sector. Phillips argued that converting city bus routes into taxi route is a retrograde step and a setback for the more than 500,000 transit-dependent persons in the KMTR. This includes children, students, pensioners, the elderly and persons with disability who are entitled to concessionary fares. Furthermore, the lack of adequate road infrastructure and taxi parking will only worsen traffic congestion and increase transit time in the city, he noted. Phillips asserted that a proper plan was urgently needed for the JUTC to fulfill its obligation and to provide a more certain operating environment for private investors in the public transportation system while improving the performance of the Transport Authority as regulator. Transport Minister Darrell Vars recently announced that 11 taxi routes that have been approved for conversion from Hackney carriage license to route taxi license. Vars said an additional 12 routes would be opened soon.
It is now urgent for the Minister to update the nation on the JUTC's policy and operational plans. It is necessary given that while the company is abandoning its core responsibility in the KMTR, it has recently expanded service into 6 rural routes already licensed to private operators. Recently, Hackney carriage licenses were recently flung open in the KMTR on the same routes that they are now licensing route taxi operators. The Minister has a duty to clarify whether these are part of a new policy direction or simply a piecemeal action with the potential to devastate the sector. What is the national plan that this administration has for public transport island-wide is what we have been asking, and we are yet to get an answer from this minister and this administration. It is evident that there is no plan, and we are worried that the sector will be wrecked in the shortest space of time.
Naranda Backside gives land for construction of taxi car park in Discovery Bay. Naranda Backside has donated lands in Discovery Bay, St. Anne for the construction of a long-awaited car park for taxi operators. The park, to be constructed at a cost of $10 million, will be joint venture involving Naranda Backside, the Transport Authority, and the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. This was disclosed on Wednesday by Transport Minister Darrell Vars at their weekly post-cabinet press briefing media at Jamaica House. The facility, as it stands now, will serve as the main terminal point for over 250 taxis operating in that area, Vars noted. The land that is going to be utilized was gifted to the St. Anne Municipal Corporation by Naranda Backside, and based on engineering and construction estimates, a little under $10 million will be spent to get it ready, the minister added. He noted that taxi operators currently park their vehicles wherever they can, including in every plaza, because in fairness, they have nowhere else to go. Voss said he was delivering on the commitment made to taxi operators some time ago. The park will accommodate taxis en route serving Discovery Bay to Falmouth, Discovery Bay to Brownstown, Discovery Bay to Runaway Bay, Discovery Bay to Farmtown, Discovery Bay to St. Anne's Bay and surrounding areas. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.